Caleb Milligan has been caught out over a second death secret in Emmerdale. Last week, Ruby Fox Milligan discovered that Caleb had secretly visited her estranged mother Helen on her deathbed. Helen was desperate to make peace with Ruby before she died, but Caleb's attempt to blackmail Helen delayed the meeting long enough that she died. The blackmail money was deposited in Caleb's account after Ruby was informed about her mother's death by a nurse. Caleb later confessed he'd met with Helen, though he didn't reveal anything about the blackmail. In Monday's October 21 episode, Caleb was convinced he'd be caught out during the reading of Helen's will by her lawyer. Ruby got a huge surprise during the reading, but it wasn't anything about Caleb's blackmail plot. Instead, Ruby learned her estranged daughter Steph had been in contact with Helen before her death. "I did everything to keep them apart," Ruby confessed. "I didn't want any of my mom's poison rubbing off on her." Caleb was shocked as Ruby announced that her mother's entire estate had been left to Steph. Helen had played one last mind game with Ruby, making her and Caleb co-executors of the trust to ensure all of the remaining money went to Steph. What is this? Some kind of weird apology? Her way of saying sorry, or some kind of attack from beyond the grave? Ruby wondered. After Ruby stormed out, the lawyer asked Caleb about a significant sum of money paid to an unknown account on the day Helen died. Caleb tried to throw off the lawyer, claiming he had absolutely no idea about the payment. In the village, Ruby ran into the lawyer and learned about £100,000 paid into this mysterious shell account. She later confronted Caleb, forcing him to confess to lying about the blackmail. Caleb justified his actions by claiming he'd struck first before Helen had a chance to hurt Ruby again. "I wanted to use the money to invest in our future," Caleb swore. "I thought I'd use the money to buy Jimmy's half of the haulage firm, make a success of it. We'd be set for life." Ruby was heartbroken when Caleb admitted he'd made up all of the hurtful things Helen had supposedly said about her daughter during their final visit. She reeled at the confession. "You're making me sick. I am looking at you and I can actually throw up. You've shown your true face." Is it over for Ruby and Caleb?